Uy, finally dumating na yung third and final phone na gusto ko i-share sa inyo. This is the Nubia Neo 3 na series and hawak ko is yung kanyang pinaka-budget friendly below 8,000 pesos. This is the Nubia Neo 3 4G. Powered by the Unisoc na T8100, it still maintains a 6,000 mAh na battery with a 33 watts na fast charging. But this time around, hindi na siya AMOLED display. It's a IPS LCD. Pero it still has a 120Hz screen refresh rate, by the way. Ano pa mga ibang tinanggal niya? Alamin natin after this quick intro. So ito si Nubia Neo 3 4G na may 8 gigs of RAM and 120 gigs of storage, currently priced at 7,999, which I'll post the link on the description box below. Now pagdating sa kanyang design, I could hardly tell kung this is a 4G or a 5G phone. Dahil exactly the same ang kanyang design, parehong-pareho, no? Yung kanyang color, kanyang size, yung mga buttons niya is exactly the same. There's no indicator dito kung 4G siya or 5G. Pati kanyang shoulder triggers is exactly the same, and pati yung kanyang red power button dito is exactly the same as well. Honestly, pati kanyang bezels, pareho naman silang makapal, and ang kanyang camera design is exactly the same. But ano nga bang humina dito sa kanyang 4G variant? Now, syempre, it starts with yung kanyang processor. Imbis na T8300 ni Unisoc ang meron dito sa phone na ito, this one is being powered by the Unisoc na T8100. It's a 4G capable na chip and it's a little bit more weaker compared sa kanyang 8300. But honestly, on day-to-day usage, halos di mo naman mapapansin sa kanya dito, especially when you're multitasking. Probably the only time na mafe-feel mo na medyo humina to phone na ito, or maybe kung ginamit mo kanyang 5G variant, is pag nag-gaming ka or nag-edit ka ng videos dito. And medyo humina rin ka ng score dito sa AnTuTu benchmark at 482,000 points. Ito ang kanyang breakdown score. 479 ang kanyang loop score and 99% kanyang stability. Ito ang score na nakuha ko sa Geekbench, sa kanyang CPU benchmarking. And ito naman sa kanyang GPU benchmark. Magandang starting first half ng kanyang thermal throttling, pero pagdating sa kanyang second half, medyo humina na siya. And it throttled to 72% ng kanyang max performance. Now, honestly, na-appreciate ko na maintain ni Nubia dito sa kanya na 6,000 mAh ka ng battery. Exactly the same sa kanyang 5G variant. And it also carries the 33 watts of fast charging na meron ni 5G variant. Normally, sa ibang phones, it might be nerfed to a 18 watts na fast charging. But this time, hindi. 33 watts maintain ni Nubia, which is for me a good job. And on day-to-day usage, wala kang maging problema dito sa phone na ito. Basta walang heavy gaming and walang heavy video conferencing, kaya naman na magtagal ng one whole day. And nung sinalang ko to sa PCMark na battery stress test, 14 hours ang binigay sa akin ng screen on time, and this is based on 50% brightness and 60Hz na screen refresh rate. For me, it's quite good. Now, another thing na mapapansin mo nag-iba dito sa phone na ito is yung kanyang display. Honestly, it's still the same na 6.8-inch na display, pero instead na AMOLED display, this one has a IPS LCD. Hindi naman siya ganun kalayuan pagdating sa display, pero mapapansin mo sa kanya if you're watching high-resolution na video. It still maintains a 120Hz screen refresh rate and 1,000 nits sa kanyang maximum brightness. One good thing naman dito sa kanya, if you're browsing on social, wala kang maging problema dito, swipe ka lang ng swipe, and okay naman siya. Meron pa rin siya ng 120Hz screen refresh rate, so expect a good experience naman dito, basta hindi mabagal lang yung internet connection. And if you're watching videos naman sa YouTube, well, honestly, you cannot watch HD dito sa kanya kasi this one only has a level 3 na Wi-Fi security level. Well, mapapansin mo ang difference if you watch yung videos on the 5G and the 4G pag pinagtabi mo silang dalawa. Pero hindi naman sobrang kalayuan. You'll be able to enjoy your contents pa rin naman dito on this phone, except lang hindi lang siya kasing tingkad and kasing punchy ang colors compared sa kanyang AMOLED display na counterpart. Now, since itong phone na ito, meron siyang dalawang loudspeaker, isa sa ilalim and the other one is nandito sa kanyang earpiece. Check lang natin, sagarin natin sounds. Honestly, malakas naman kanyang sounds, pero for me, it's more of the average. No? Medyo mas malakas pa rin si GT and mas magandang tunog. And this one is acceptable for me. And one good thing ni dito sa kanya is that andyan pa rin ang kanyang RGB light, hindi tinanggal ni Nubia. And maganda rin sa kanya is that umiilaw siya habang tumutugtog ang iyong favorite songs, being on watching music video or listening to Spotify. Now, naglaro naman tayo ng 3 games dito on this phone, playing Call of Duty Mobile, Mobile Legends, and si Honor of Kings. And one good thing nga pala dito sa kanya guys, hindi rin niya tinanggal ang bypass charging dito kahit budget-friendly na device, which is definitely goods para sa mga gamers like you and me. Going back, pagdating sa Call of Duty Mobiles, expect to give you a good gaming experience. Sinagad-sagad ko naman ng ganang graphical settings kung hanggang saan naman ang kaya niya. And one good thing na gusto ko dito sa kanya is very responsive naman kanang screen. And my favorite, of course, ng ganang air triggers dito, yung shoulder triggers, very responsive din. Pagdating sa mga shooting games, sobrang favorite ko gumamit ng mga shoulder triggers, lalo na gawa ni Nubia. And this is no exception. Halos wala ako na feel na frame drop sa mas kanya. And playing the game for almost an hour, uminit siya up to 46 degrees Celsius, which to my surprise is quite hot. Pagdating sa Mobile Legends, expect a good gameplay din naman dito sa kanya. I was able to enjoy ang game na ito. And halos wala naman ako napansin na frame drops dito sa kanya. If ever man, very minimal lang naman siya. And one good thing is pag nagka-clash kayo on a certain point, wala ka naman mafe-feel na naglalag yung game or nagsislow down. Tuloy-tuloy naman laro ko dito, and one good thing is okay naman ka ng sound, very decent. Probably you can use a TWS kung medyo nabibitin ka. And honestly, mainit ang phone na ito. After 30 minutes of gameplay, umabot siya ng 49 degrees Celsius. I would highly recommend you to use a phone cooler, pang palamig. Pagdating na sa Honor of Kings, ito naman, okay naman sa ang gameplay ko dito. May napansin ako slight minor frame drops along the way nung naglalaro ako. Pero it's just very minor na naman. Hindi naman siya masyadong napapansin. And honestly, the gameplay was okay. Pag ginagamit mo naman kanya shoulder triggers, very responsive naman siya. And the screen response is quite good din as well. Pagdating naman sa mga clashes, wala ka naman papansin naman na mag-slow down siya or maglalag siya. And I'm pretty sure mag-enjoy ka dito sa game na ito. And pinakamainit na inabot niya is just 43 degrees Celsius. Now, pag-usapan naman natin yung kanyang camera. This one has a 50MP na main camera sensor and a 2MP na depth sensor, which can shoot you up to 4K and 30. And ang kanyang front-facing camera is a 16MP shooter, which can shoot you up to 1080 and 30. So, tingnan muna natin some shot na nakuha natin from the Nubia Neo 3 4G. Now, trying to take a outdoor shot like this one, makita natin. A quick, simple snap naman can do quite a lot dito sa kanyang camera. To be honest, sharp naman ng photo and mga signages dito, kitang-kita mo pa. Pati mga campaign na ads. Pati yung outdoor condition, you'll be able to get some, well, pretty nice, decent snap naman sa mga greens and also pati dito sa figure na to. Okay naman ang pagkakuha ko dito sa kanya. Now, if you're trying to take mga building shot, okay naman siya. And just don't expect too much from its camera. Kahit medyo gloomy, kaya naman na magkuha ng some nice, decent shot from outdoors. Now, if you move to indoor, low light, makakuha ka rin naman some nice shots naman dito sa kanyang camera. Taking some quick food shots naman is looking good. Hindi siya naninilaw, even though na halogen bulb siya. And it was able to capture some nice shots din like this one. And this one looks pretty nice and decent as well. This is another surprise shot though. Medyo binabago ko konti ang kanyang brightness and was able to give me this really nice shot. Now, nung nilaro naman natin kanyang zoom lens, this is how it looks like, and this is a normal shot. Ito, 2x zoom. So, after 2x zooming, okay pa naman. Mababasa mo pa naman mga text dito. And taking some nice shots naman dito on indoor, you'll be surprised naman na kaya naman mag-perform nitong camera na ito on indoor sa mga flower shots. And on some apparel shots, okay na okay din naman pala itong kanyang camera. Taking some shots naman ng mga mannequin, okay naman siya. Sharp naman mga photo. Just don't expect too much na sobrang litaw na litaw ka ng photo. But honestly, for a budget like this, not bad na ang kanyang camera. Now, taking a quick snap naman using the front-facing camera, there are times na mapapansin mo medyo blurry siya and medyo soft. But there are times naman na pag nailawan naman ng husto ang iyong mukha, makakuha naman siya ng nice, decent shot naman. On most occasion, mapapansin mo medyo maging smoothen out na yung mukha kasi low light nga siya. But there are still times na makakuha ka ng some nice, decent shot basta magandang ilaw. Now, if you're using the front-facing camera to vlog, medyo mapapansin mo blurry siya and hindi ganun kaganda ng resolution and medyo matagtag nga siya. And if you're using the rear camera, mas okay ang kanyang resolution but honestly, nakakahilo tingnan ang video na ito. Now guys, ano masasabi ko dito sa phone na ito? malaki nga ba ang kanyang differential between this one and yung kanyang 5G variant? Considering a 2,000 pesos discount between itong dalawang phone na ito, ano nga bang tinanggal niya? Refresh tayo. This one is being powered by the T8100, the Unisoc, which is of course a lesser power compared sa 8300 na meron sa kanya 5G variant. And of course, like sinabi ng model name nito, this is a 4G powered na phone, hindi siya 5G. And of course, another downgrade is yung kanyang screen. This one is a IPS LCD imbis na AMOLED display, but it won't affect your gaming experience dito sa phone na ito. Plus, napansin ko rin dito sa kanya, yung kanyang camera is medyo a little bit weaker compared sa kanyang 5G variant. Mas maganda ang mga na-snaps ko sa 5G variant. And of course, this one is 128 gigs of storage compared sa 256 ng 5G variant. Kaya guys, would you spend the extra 2,000 pesos and get the 5G variant? Or okay na to para sa inyo? Pero kung budget gaming ang hanap ninyo, I would tell you na this is definitely a solid choice. Nubia Neo 3 4G. So if you're interested to know kung saan nyo pwede mabili to, I'll post the link on the description box below. And if you like this video, don't forget to share to your friends. And a quick sub is definitely awesome. I'll see you in my next video. And so, ako para si Richmond, and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.